Hello, everybody. So, Mixed Media Monday, and I know I haven't been sticking to it real good, but I'm going to do some stuff today, and I'm hoping... I just realized I tried last night to use my sprays, and I don't know what I did with the bottle this came in. But I just had nothing but trouble. It just clogged. And, they tell you I'll put it in another one. And I did that, and that's still clogged. And, it doesn't matter if it's Nuvo or Crafter's Companion, whatever. It still just keeps clogging on me. And I'm just like, this is not my idea of a fun time. Not having to unclog constantly. It's just not. What did I do with my stencils? I just had them out yesterday and I'm not seeing them now. So I kind of did some different things with it, and I thought, okay, we'll do some today. Here we go. Let me find a stencil to use. Here we go. We'll use this one here. Okay, so what can I do? Show you what I'm talking about. Oh, that one sprayed. So now today it's going to spray. Wouldn't you know today it's going to spray? Of course it is. Now this is the Nuvo one, the darker blue, and it comes out really watery when it does spray. So, it's not the same, it's just kind of watery. Can't find the original bottle, but let's do some of this. Okay, so another thing to do is when you're going to add another color, dry it. Otherwise, like this orange, I can try putting this orange on here, but it's going to become brown because blue or green and orange is going to make brown. So I'm going to dry this using my heat tool. And get it dry. So baby's out right now, but I don't know what the eclipse. We're not supposed to get much here. Maybe just a little teeny bit of it, but you can hear baby over there. I don't know if it's going to affect baby or not. But baby's out, so I don't know why he's going so crazy. But this also probably is not going to spray. Oh, it did. Okay. It did spray. So we're just going to... Oh, that was too much. And then we can dry it. Of course, I'm telling you that it didn't want to spray, and what does it do? It sprays. That's normal. Now because it's dried, so you see the blue greenish color and you see the orange color. And I should be able to keep building on it. So I should be able to come in and add more sprays. One thing I will say about using these other bottles is you just don't get the, see, it doesn't want to spray. It doesn't seem like as much sparkle comes out of it. I don't know if it's a different nozzle or what. I find it funny that it wouldn't spray yesterday, but today it is. So what I'm really trying to do, now when you re-wet it, you're reactivating that other ink. So you have to be careful because it's water-based, it'll reactivate it to the brown. So I'm not gonna wait long and I'm gonna dry the next layer. And all I wanna do here is just layer it, layer my colors, and keep layering the different colors. Just trying to make a unique background. Okay, and then I come in with some more of this. Whoops, this. Whoa. That really sprayed. Let's get that dry quickly. Okay. So maybe I want more orange now. The orange keeps coming in these lines. Okay, dry that. It doesn't take long to dry it. Okay, I want more of the darker blue. I'm feeling like I'm not getting enough of that darker blue on here. And it's the one that doesn't really... There we go. It's not really wanting to spray a lot. So here we go. Now I'm going to dry this. And I'm just going to keep layering this color on until I get a look I'm happy with. So this darker blue is drying a lot lighter. Let's see what happens if I spray some orange with the blue. We'll start to get some kind of brownie shades going. Let's try it and see. See where it made that brown? It almost looks like I burnt it. But that's what happens when you mix that orange and the blue. Okay. So am I happy with that? I think I want some more of this on it now. And let's see. Let's try it now. Okay, so it's looking pretty dry. I'm going to dry the backside too now. And that should kind of flatten a little bit. It's not. It doesn't seem to be. Didn't flatten it out, but that's all right. So what do we think? Well, the orange has become brown because it's mixed. But you can still kind of see orange in there and brown and the teal and the blue. And your question has to be to yourself, are you happy with that? Is that something? I want some of that orange to stay looking orange though. There we go. That's better to me, to have that orange in there, like a brown, the two blues, and that I think I may be able to use to make something with a background or some ocean cutouts or something. You know, I think I can. So that'll go to the side. Now I got all this down here. Ooh, I didn't have a water bottle because I used all my water bottle. Put that, let me see what's in here. No water. But these. Aha. Here's a little Okay, so see all this down here now on my mat? I'm not going to waste it. And I should have been more cautious. I left my paper sitting here where it could get sprayed. That's all right, though. What I'm going to do is just wet this back down now because it's kind of dried on. And it's water reactive, so I'm just going to reactivate it with water. Didn't look like there was that much, did it? Okay, so I'm going to take and just start picking. That didn't really reactivate all that much. It's dry. Look at that. That didn't turn out like it was supposed to. I wonder what would happen if I took a brush. Might be no. Maybe this ain't gonna work. Because I used the dryer, right? Oh. Because I used the heat to dry it. So maybe it won't work. No. Nope, it's not gonna work. So don't do that. Don't try to do that. I'm just gonna take it and wipe it away. Because I do have another way you can use it. If you really can't get your bottles to work, and this is what I kind of did a little bit of last night. That water's all gone. There was a little bit. It got me some of the stuff done, but not all of it. I wish this table wasn't so wobbly. All right. So if it doesn't spray and you can't get it to spray, there's another way to do it. And I think I should try to wipe that off of there. Although the spray look is nice, sometimes it's just not going to work for us, and we're going to say, that's enough of that. I want the sparkly color, but it's not working. And so just shake it up. And you might have air bubbles. I wasn't worried about air bubbles. I just thought that bubbles might give it a better look, right? Oh, interesting, maybe. Look. That's really watery. Look how the one is pushing the other one out of the way. Is that weird? Huh. It's pushing the shimmer up. Okay. Just come in and start dabbing. And dab. And dab. You can use a whole sheet, a partial sheet, whatever you feel, however much you want to do. I like doing the smaller pieces just because I like to try different things, right? So I started them together. You see now they're not together. I'm going to bring this over here and I'm going to dry it. I'm not going to dry that. I'm drying this, hopefully. Now if you want to put another layer on, you can put another layer on and keep layering it. So it looks like here it's mostly the darker blue. So I'll probably go in where it's lighter blue and layer the darker blue onto the lighter blue. And then where I think it looks like it's lighter blue, I might go where I see more darker blue. And you can try to get spots that look dry, that don't have any color, and try to get color on it, right? And just keep adding and putting more layers and more layers and more layers and doing that. All right. I'm gonna let this dry and I'm gonna come back, and I got a real mess here. Let me wipe this up a little bit. You can see it dries. When you're using the heat gun, it'll really dry. Okay, I'm gonna come more to the center now, and I'm gonna do just the dark blue, and I'm gonna see, I used a brush, so let me grab a brush. Let me try this size. I don't know why stuff works better off camera. I wanted a swirl. This is not what I wanted. Let me take this off because this is not doing it. It needs to. Did I have too much? Oh. I might have too much on here. It didn't look so watery yesterday. I wonder if I poured all the thickness out of it. It wasn't yesterday. It was, maybe it was just, no, night before last. Okay, so I got a swirl. Not much of a swirl, but I got a swirl. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a swirl. But I did a swirl. And I came in and put the paper down and set it on there and slowly, lightly put it in. And I left it for a minute. And then when I pulled it up, it wasn't necessarily a swirl, but it was like that. Okay, then I'm gonna grab another piece of paper here because I don't wanna leave that, just leave it. All I'm doing is grabbing it, picking it up. Okay. Then, of course, you want it dry. There's still some wet. I'm not going to worry about it too much. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to pour a little bit out. That's just a little bit. Anyways, I think you get the idea. I did another swirl. And the thing is, the person that was here took everything I made. All right, so we had another swirl that doesn't look like a swirl so much. But I'm going to put it this way. And the same thing. Slowly, gently put it on just to pick up that pattern. It might do better not on a glass mat, but on like a silicone mat. I have one somewhere, but I don't know where it is. That didn't turn out like a swirl at all, but it's there. Okay, and then I just pick this up. Here. Okay, and then I'm going to dry this one. Okay. And now I'm going to be risky with the orange. Huh. That piece must have fallen in there. Ooh. I got blue on here, but hopefully it's not on there good enough anymore. Now if you can see here in the middle here from these swirls, there's that empty spot. And I'm going to try to get that middle of that orange kind of there. Okay, and down softly, gently, give it time to soak in. And it'll kind of mix with the other colors a little bit. So with the orange, we might end up with a lot of brown on here. And I'm trying to say is you can do patterns with this. You can't see a swirl at all in there. I'm gonna get some orange on the outsides just because I can. Oh, I don't know. It was so working so good. We were just playing and it worked. And now it doesn't want to work. So now you got this, right? So suppose the swirls did work. Now I got this. Now if I can get it to spray, I can still have, that's it. I could still have splatter over it. Like that. So I'll leave that to dry. This one, it looks good, but I want some splatters over it. Right. What I'm wondering sitting here, seeing how it's acting, is if I wet my paper towel with it, will that transfer to a piece of card? You know what, I might try the back side of this one. So let's see what happens. So let's say it won't spray. And I pour a little bit on here. I didn't mean for it to go into the same one. Now it's pulled up there. I didn't want it to do that either. But it did. There's all that thickness, right? Oh, what did I do? I went back over the spot. That I didn't do very good. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let me try to get it the right way. Let's just see if this will work. If we could get anything from this. Ooh. Okay. Look at that paper towel is like filtering. It's like filtering it. Look what we're getting. Now this green's not as thick. And there's the stuff. It's filtering it again. I had no idea it would do that. Did any of you? Might as well check it out and see what's going to happen, right? This is all if your squirt bottles don't work. If your squirt bottles work, do it the way it's supposed to be used. But I have just had the worst trouble trying to get my squirt bottles to do the squirting. And I know they don't really say too much about it. Wonder what would happen if we put a piece of paper underneath to soak it up, the underneath stuff. Let's go through a whole bunch of watercolor paper here and try these different things. And I'm just cutting it into whatever pieces. First, let's just see what happens with the wet lube. My hands are getting all yuck. It didn't transfer much. Let's see what happens if we pour it on here now. Sometimes you make the best discoveries just playing around with it. And thinking to yourself, what if? Okay, soak it through. Let's not look yet. Let's wait. It's like molten lava or something right there. Let's just push it. Let's push it onto here. It's sopping wet. We should get color somewhere. It's sopping wet. Not much. It really is more like a filter than anything on here. some of that dark blue on there. It looks like it's all the lighter blue. Ooh. Nothing's wanting to work for me this morning. But I'm not getting the darker blue at all. Really. At all here. There, let's get that. I don't know, darker blue coming through. Let's see if it just needs to be wetter. But it's pretty wet. Sopping wet. Let's not put another paper for it to soak into. Let's see what happens if we just leave it to soak itself through. Blue all over me. Well, some of it came through, but not very much. Maybe then it won't look like fingerprints on it, because right now it looks like a bunch of fingerprints on it. But I wonder how the paper towel will dry, if the paper towel will be something we could use later on. It's still not. That didn't really work. So I tried it, but that's from the other side, the color on the other side. It looks like a bunch of fingerprints all over it. But here's what I really want to try doing. And I'm going to have, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. I'm just gonna see if I can get some others from the bucket. Yeah. All right. We got water from my bucket. Okay. I just put a little bit of water in there from my bucket. It's clean right now. Okay, not these that are still wet. We don't want to try those, but I do. This one's dry. So I just want to bring my stencil in. And I think the other way around. Bring my stencil in. And maybe that's not gonna, that squirt thing's not gonna really work. So all I've done is wet the paper towel. And just want to see if the water will pick it up. I probably should have taped it down. I'm not seeing any color on the paper towel, so I'm thinking it's not gonna pick it up. But we have to see, right? We have to check and see and find out. Now it's staying down better. I should have taped it. Shall we look? Let me dab it dry, but I don't think it took any color away. So, it looks like when this dries, it kind of is dried. Unless I just didn't do the right kind of stencil. Yeah, that didn't really do anything. Okay. This one's really dry. This time we'll do it the way we should. I'll tape it down. This is low-tack tape. We want to tape it down. We want to tape it down well. This is really dry now. This I dried with the blower and it's been sitting a little bit. So it's pretty dry. I don't know why it's dark in here. Is it eclipse time? I don't think so. I think it's still a little early for it, but maybe. It looks like we're not getting like but just a tiny bit, I think. But it is a little bit darker out than it was a minute ago. And I'm really liking the way this looks. I don't know how well you can see it, but it did dry pretty nice. You can see all the different layers and stuff in it. This is not the first one I did though. Where is the first one I did? What did I do with that today? Maybe it is the first one I did. Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna get this wet again. A little more wet than it was. And let's see. Let that water work for a minute. This is not the one that had the brown and everything in it. Oh, that one. But this one ended up looking actually pretty good. The middle part of it looks really cool. So it doesn't look like swirls, but it's got some kind of different look to it. than just, you know, sprayed. Okay. Maybe I didn't leave it sit long enough. It looks like it might have, if I had let it sit longer, but I didn't. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's going back down though, because now I'm gonna spritz over it. I spritzed over it with the dark blue. Okay. So this is the one I want. Oh, I came in at an angle instead of straight up. That might mess it up. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you can't see this stencil. You can here. You can right there. And you can right there. I want to dab it, but I'm afraid to. It did. The water did take. Maybe that's not the water. Maybe that was the spray. But I can kind of see a little bit of it in there, but So here you can see. I think that's from spraying over the stencil. What do we want to do with this one? Anything? Or leave it? That is the question. This one, ooh. And these other ones didn't work out very well. This one. This one might be the better one to do that water stenciling thing with. Did I already try that one? I did, I think. It didn't take, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I did. When this stuff dries, it's dry. We were playing, I didn't let it. It was just different. Layering over would be really good if I had like red and not the orange, because then you take the yellow out and you're not going to get the brown as bad. Or you're not going to get the brown, you'll get purple, which would be good. But I don't know what I did with all of my sprays. That I'm going to trash that one because it was done. Might as well. I doesn't want to spray. Again, see? There we go. There, I sprayed it on kind of heavy because I want it to just look like paper with bigger spots in it or something, because I don't want to just waste it. Maybe we can get it to do something or look like something. I don't know. I'm not good with these. Never have been. I was like, oh, I can't wait to share this. And then what happened? It didn't work. Of course, like I said, it never works the same when I'm doing the video. Things that I can do all the time just don't work. Now, this was just something the other night that I did and played around with it. It wasn't something... The person was wanting to check out these sprays. I said, well, let's check them out. And we ended up with what we ended up with. It was, they took them off. There. Maybe that'll be a butterfly or something somewhere down the road. Who knows? All right. If you like my video, which I'm sorry, but, you know, I'll show my flops as well as my achievements. So, if you like my videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you join me again. Bye-bye.